What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Lewis, and on today's video, as you can see, we are going to be comparing the three not urethane-like bowling balls from the three major manufacturers. Before we get started, please consider subscribing to the channel. Subscribing is an easy way to help allow me to continue to make videos like this possible, and it's free, and I would super appreciate it. Down below in the description, there's be a link where you can order any of these bowling balls. That link takes you to JB Bowling Supply's website, which is the local pro shop here in Las Vegas that I get all my stuff drilled at. There's also be links to the ball spinners that the balls are sitting on and to the chamois. I would super appreciate it. If you look right over here to my right, we have the promo code for EFX, which is my jersey sponsor. So if you like this polo or any of the jerseys featured in my videos, EFX.co, promo code Napoles10. That's NAPOLES10. All right, so we have the Storm Level, the Hammer New Blue, and the Motiv Tank Rampage Pearl. All of these bowling balls are not urethane. So because of that, I said, well, let's figure out which company has the best ones. These two have very similar core numbers, while the Tank Rampage Pearl is still similar, but not as close as these. All right, so we're gonna start with the Level. The Level has an RG of 2.59 and a max differential of 0.027. The New Blue is 2.58 and a max differential of 0.027. So the RGs are very, very close. The differentials are exactly the same. The Tank Rampage Pearl has an RG of 2.55 and a max differential of 0.020. So this has the lowest RG and the lowest differential. These two are basically the same. The cover stock names are all different, but it's basically just their variation of not urethane similar type thing with a, the finish, or all of them are at 1,000. And as you can see here, the layouts are all the same, being 4.5 by 4 by 3, which is my typical urethane layout that I use. We're gonna be here at South Point on lane 1 on a completely fresh, typical house shot. I couldn't get over to Samstown where they normally put patterns out for me for this video, so it has to be on a house shot for today. Let me know in the comments, guys, which one of these not urethane balls is your favorite and why. Oh, and real quick, before I take you onto the lanes, these two are freshly drilled, brand new, because I had some used ones that had a bunch of games on them, and I really thought that wasn't fair. So Brunswick actually reached out to me, asked me to compare the New Blue to the Level, and then I reached out to Motiv and said, hey, Brunswick is sending me a New Blue. Do you want to send me a Tank Rampage Pearl? They said yes. So the Level has like maybe 3 or 4 games on it. These two have 0 games on it. We'll see you on the lanes. All right, so I'm nice and warm-ish, not really, still warming up. I am gonna say I wish I would have done this on a sports shot because it's a little tough on a house shot, but this is gonna be the first shot here with the New Blue. We're gonna start at about 24 with our feet. We're gonna try to get it going into the friction, and we'll make moves throughout this video as we have to. Yeah, so it's a pretty good shot. It's not as early as like some of the other urethane-like balls, but I like how smooth it is, how it doesn't really want to jump off the friction. So we're just gonna throw another shot here with that New Blue. And we're gonna use that as our frame of reference. That same kind of spot there, because that's like the spot that it's looked really good. Excuse the wind, it's just really cold in here. So trying to create a little bit of moisture in my hands to keep the ball there. So on that shot, the big thing to keep in mind is that I didn't get it right. It kind of stayed in the oil, and any ball with these urethane-like balls that I keep in the oil like that, it's not going to hook. So we'll reset this, and we'll throw one more with the New Blue. Same spot, we're just gonna make sure that we get it going into the friction. And look, if we have to move right, we definitely will. And I probably should. I just don't think we're there yet. Yeah, get it going into the friction and it looks really good. Now we're gonna go into the Tank Rampage Pearl. by Motiv. And we're really just gonna do the same thing. And, you know, the core numbers are all fairly similar with these balls. I will say the biggest difference is gonna be the covers. I think this Motiv cover might be the strongest one of the three. So again, same spot, same target down lane. Yeah, that might have been a little slow, but did you see how early that hooked when compared to the new blue? But because it was slow, we're not really gonna, we're not gonna focus on that one too much. We're just gonna reset this. Like, I think of all of these, I think the Tank Rampage Pearl is the one that I can shut my angles down with the most, where I don't feel like it necessarily has to go straight to the friction. So let's just firm up here. Not firm up, just not throw it slow like the last shot. Yeah, I think this is gonna be the strongest one of the three for sure. So this is gonna reset on its own. I'm gonna move a little bit left, but still get it going into the friction and see what that looks like. Like I said, this one I think I really could just stay in that same spot, but keep it in the oil, because I think it's the strongest cover of the three, which is ironic because it has the lowest differential as well. So we're just gonna move a little bit left, nothing major. Oh, I missed left by a mile. That's funny. So, I mean, I missed left by a mile. But you can see when I missed left of the new blue, it didn't hook at all. This one I missed into the soup and it still hooked a little bit. But again, we're not really gonna focus on that shot too much, because that was all in all, a really bad shot. All right, let's make a better shot here. Open up those angles. Yeah, this ball does not need the friction. I'm getting a little tired because we've thrown a bunch of shots in a row now. I'm gonna go back to the original spot, but move my eyes in a little bit, keep it away from the friction, because I said this one brings its own friction. And then after that, we'll throw the level. But this tank is the strongest one of the three. I don't think it's particularly close. And we haven't thrown the level yet in this video, but it would be Tank Rampage Pearl, New Blue, level as far as strength. So original spot, but we're gonna move our eyes left. Really get this one going up the lane here. All right, so now because we're gonna keep it in the oil, I think we need to move right a little bit. And we've thrown a bunch of shots now with this Tank Rampage Pearl. It's just, I wanna spend more time with this one specifically because it's the one that's gonna be the most different between the three. Where I think the New Blue and the level are gonna be much more similar core numbers for sure, but also in the cover strength. All right. That's a good shot there. All right, so we 10-pinned. Now we're gonna go to the level, because I think we spent a lot of time in that Tank Rampage Pearl. Now we're gonna go to the level. We're gonna reset this 10-pin. And it's funny because I think I struck once with the Tank Rampage Pearl on a bad shot, but it's the one that I like the most of these not urethane balls. All right, so level time. I think this one might be the one that'll allow me to play the straightest. But this is the same spot as the previous two balls. Yeah, it's funny because the Tank Rampage Pearl feels like the most urethane of these bowling balls. The New Blue and the Level feel like it comes off the friction definitely harder. But we're gonna throw another shot from right there. And you know, the New Blue and this Level are pretty similar. But which one came out first? So who copied who? I don't know. That's not what this video is about. Oh, wow, that's disgusting. Yeah, the Level and the New Blue feel like it's the least urethane out of all of these, where the Tank Rampage Pearl feels like urethane. And I don't mean feels literally, I mean feels like on the lane. So let's go back to the New Blue. And the reason I say that is because I feel like with the New Blue and the Level, I have to get it going into the friction, where the Tank Rampage Pearl, I don't necessarily feel like that. Oh, I threw that horrible. Hey, we'll take that. And we'll just go one at a time now. And this is officially, I think, the longest one take I've ever done on YouTube. So back in the Tank Rampage Pearl, I'm gonna like shut everything down and make sure I keep this in the oil. There we go, yeah, just really just shut everything down. And I think that's when the Tank Rampage Pearl looks really good. So let's see, we're on a 2-bagger. Let's see if we can, I don't remember if I struck the last ball with the Level. See if I can just throw 3 in a row with each of these balls. Yeah, see, you get that one going into the oil and it doesn't want to hook. And maybe it's because I'm tired, but I think if I had to rank these, like Tank Rampage Pearl and New Blue would be closer, and I think Level would be like last of this bunch. But I also think that when I threw this on a sport shot, the Level, that it rolled really, really good. Like really, really good. If you remember the video that I did comparing it to the Purple Hammer. So back in the Tank Rampage Pearl. Yeah, I mean that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Let me check the camera here real quick. Wow, this is going on 11 minutes on a one take. Far and away. Let's go back to the Level. I'm gonna move right with the Level like I just was with the Tank Rampage and see what that looks like. We're just shutting everything down and see what this looks like. Yeah, okay, that's gonna be the biggest difference there. The Level, I have to get it going into the friction, and I feel like with the New Blue as well. So my hypothesis, or what I was predicting, was that the Tank Rampage Pearl was gonna have the strongest cover of the 3, and it really is the case. So we'll go to the New Blue from the same spot that I just weak 10'd with the Level where it didn't get back, and see what this looks like here. Say hi to the mechanic in the comments, please. Oh, I missed that at the bottom. Yeah, so strength-wise, Tank Rampage Pearl, New Blue, Level. I think the new blue, I can kind of get away with keeping it in the oil a little bit more. The Rampage is almost mandatory because if it sees the friction, it hooks too much. And the level really needs the more shutdown angles. And I think that would also be my order of my favorite. I think the Tank Rampage Pearl is my favorite of these three. Then the new blue. Then the level. Now, we're on a house shot, right? Maybe if you guys want, let me know in the comments. I'll reshoot this video on Viper at Sam's Town. And then we can re-figure out which one of these I like the most. So this is gonna be the last shot of the video here. Tank Rampage Pearl. Oh, threw that really bad. So even though that struck, I threw that really bad, got my elbow out. I really want to keep it in. We'll throw one more, again with the Rampage Pearl, just because I really, really like that ball. You know, people have been bagging on Motiv for a long time, but guys, they're making really, really good stuff. And here we're not comparing urethane to non-urethane. Like, these are all not urethane balls. All right, last shot here, no matter what, strike or not. Your boy's tired. I got that right a little bit. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's hilarious. It goes right and it hooks a ton. Well guys, I hope that this video you found informative. I mean, I think it's the only one on YouTube where we're comparing the level, the new blue, and the Tank Rampage Pearl. And again, we're on a house shot. If you want to see this again on a sports shot, please just, if like 100 people comment saying we want to see it on a sports shot, then I'll for sure reshoot this video and make it happen again. If not, then, you know, we'll just see you on the next one. And I really appreciate the support. To the gentleman over at Brunswick, thank you for sending me this new blue. To the folks over at Motiv, also gentlemen, thank you for sending me the Tank Rampage Pearl. And to my job that I work at full-time, Green Valley Ranch, and JB Bowling Supply, thank you for allowing me to purchase the level. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Woo!